Okay, so the Rams have brought back John Wolford. He's coming right off Tampa Bay's practice squad. He's going to sign to the active roster. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he starts over Brett Rippon this upcoming Sunday with Matthew Stafford dealing with a sprained UCL. Before we get into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and let's dive in because, good Lord, I have some things to say. So I want to come out right away and just say that I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed at the fact that, yes, okay, the Rams got Stetson Bennett, and it blew up in their face. Stetson Bennett, for whatever reason, I don't know what he's going through, is not going to be able to play. I get it. You lost your fourth-round quarterback, and he's not going to play this year, okay? Fine. And I've already done a video on that. I believe we need some humility, and we need to be understanding of the situation. At the same time, WTF to the Rams, because here's the thing that this tells me. There was no homework done in regards to the quarterbacks. This was your break glass in case of emergency scenario. And the Rams, instead of going out and getting Carson Wentz, instead of going out and getting Colt McCoy, instead of going out and getting somebody with legitimate starting experience, they went out and got a guy who was on the team last year, and it begs the question when he does end up starting this Sunday, unless Stafford starts, because I have a feeling he's going to start over Rippon. It's going to beg the question why on earth he wasn't on the team this year anyway. Rippon was brought in, like I said in a previous video, because they were scapegoated. John Wolford was scapegoated, and definitely Bryce Perkins. There is no way you can tell me, without a shadow of a doubt, that you evaluated Bryce Perkins based on who they were playing around, okay? That offensive line Bryce Perkins was throwing behind was not very good. They were at the end of the season. It was over. They went up against the defending Super Bowl champions, mind you. And there's no way you can tell me that you fairly evaluated Bryce Perkins. He wasn't getting to throw to Cooper Kupp. He wasn't getting to throw to any of these receivers. He was throwing behind a porous offensive line, no weapons, and the team wasn't very good. So, look, I'm a little upset here. I'm upset because I don't know why you didn't keep Perkins to begin with. I don't know why you didn't keep Wolford. Rippon is not an upgrade over either of those two. And I think this just goes to show you that the Rams, they kind of sat on their hands while this whole Stetson Bennett situation played out. When the moment he went on NFI, they should have immediately picked up a quarterback. They should have worked out a bunch. I know they worked out Carson Wentz in March. I don't know what's going on with Carson Wentz because I don't know how he's not gotten picked up yet. But regardless, they should have worked out quarterbacks right after Bennett, signed one to the active roster, had them learn the offense and have them ready for a moment like this. And now this just tells me that the Rams didn't take the quarterback room seriously. We drafted a guy in the fourth round. It's all good. We let Bryce Perkins go, who we were developing, but we just decided he wasn't good enough to develop anymore because we evaluated him behind a third, fourth string offensive line, whatever you want to call it, and basically no weapons, and was just like, yeah, he's not good. Move on. I mean, come on. This is bad. This is bad. I'm not a fan of it. I have no issue with John Wolford. And by the way, I want John Wolford to start over Brett Rippon, okay? I'm just going to say that right now. I think he's probably a better option, and he'll probably know most of the offense. It'll be one of those quick things to get him caught up. But they did not seem at all confident in Brett Rippon being the starter. The way Sean McVay talked about Brett Rippon today, like Brett, being ready and all that, it sounds like how he said it with Zach Evans. So that begs the question, and it goes back to what I was saying with the running backs. Did you make another mistake? Did you really bring back Darrell Henderson and realize immediately that he was your starting running back? Did you immediately realize that, okay, now that push has come to shove, Brett Rippon's not the guy, and we're going to bring back last year's backup? This is not good enough. I'm sorry. This is an NFL organization that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. How on earth have they not done more homework, scouting, anything? This is not good. I'm sorry. I don't think it's a bad move to bring back John Wolford. It's bad in theory because they simply had nothing lined up. This is one of those moves where it's like, F it, let's bring back John Wolford. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like legitimately they didn't look at any other option. And they could say they evaluated this and that, but and I understand they don't have a lot of money as well to work with, cap space. But then, like, if he does start this weekend, you have to understand how ridiculous that looks. I mean, Darrell Henderson started 5 days off the couch. He hadn't played since last year. And he started immediately. So how does it look if Wolford starts this week? Guys, I have nothing against Wolford. I have everything against this approach. Because this tells me that the Rams were as unserious about the quarterback position as I expected them to be based on the way they didn't immediately go out and address it when Stetson Bennett went on NFI. And they got lucky that Brett Rippon didn't get hurt in, that game against Dallas, because they would have had to put in Tutu Atwell or Cooper Kupp as quarterback. Guys, this can't happen. They have to be better. You can't say on one hand, we're not going to go out. We're not going to trade for Trey Lance. We're not going to sign Carson Wentz. We're not going to, entertain picking up Will Grier. And then on the other hand, be like, oh, well, we're just going to get John Wolford, who's just been sitting on Tampa's practice squad. Are you kidding me? You could have signed him. You could have brought him back. Just frustrating, man. Just really frustrating. I don't know if they make another move. Quite honestly, I don't expect them to. And, I mean, at this point, if a receiver goes down with an injury, are they going to bring back Nelson Spruce? I'm sorry. I'm being a little unfair, but at the same time, I think I am being fair because I don't feel like there was no evaluation process whatsoever. And I think the Rams have great pro scouts, but I just don't think that they even used them in this instance. I think they just kind of knew they had Wolford in their back pocket. They could easily sign off the Buccaneers practice squad, and that's what they decided to do. And I just think it's lazy. And it tells me they put more emphasis into finding a kicker than they did finding a quarterback to potentially start if Stafford misses time. So, oh boy, John Wolford or Brett Rippon, you take your pick. That's who it's going to be. Those are my thoughts. If you don't like them, I get it. It's a little harder than some of the other videos. I think I'm more... I'm considered like the optimist, but I'm a realist, guys. I'm just going to throw my 2 cents out there with obviously some analysis. This is more of a reaction video, and that's really what it is. It's me reacting to the news, also giving you the news. In case you missed it, John Wolford is back with the Rams, but nothing against Wolford whatsoever. And in a way, it's kind of cool because everything comes full circle. When I first started on YouTube, the big video that got me to this point where you're seeing it if you're a Rams fan and we're over 20,000 subscribers was the John Wolford Star Wars video that got demonetized because, of course, but that was the video, over 25,000 views, and I don't think I showed my face once, but that was the video. And there was once upon a time we were pretty excited about John Wolford, so I'm not gonna rip him too hard. I will say he wouldn't have missed that Cooper Kupp throw. That was 20 yards wide open against Dallas on Sunday. Brett Rippon did by a mile. So I don't know. There's going to be plenty of those, though. I think Wolford's limited, no doubt about it, but I like him more than Rippon. And I think Rippon has better stats, but he's also played more. I think Wolford would be fine if you're managing the game. Mind you, he almost beat them. He almost beat the Seattle Seahawks middle of last year. The playoff Seattle Seahawks lost on the final drive. So either way, it's not ideal. But I don't think the Rams have a choice. I don't think they can start Stafford at all. I think it's a bad move. I just think they really need to be cautious about that thumb. If you give them 2 weeks, you can say it doesn't make a difference. It's going to make a huge difference. Okay, it might not be fully healed by the time they come off the bye against Seattle, but definitely makes a difference. So I say sit Stafford, start Wolford if he's ready. If not, start Rippon. Run the ball 40 times. I mean, I don't care. You have to run the ball. No doubt about it this week. Packers give up the run. You gotta run the ball. But those are my thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow me on socials at JKBogan. And until next time, guys, I'll see you folks soon. Later.
Start playing Pick'em or Weekly Fantasy for any sport today, Jake. Users will receive a 100% deposit match up to $100 if they use promo code OTE at sign up. Start playing Pick'em and weekly fantasy football today with Underdog Fantasy.
Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.